Jeez, man. Like, guys, I really picked like the questions that are gonna get me arrested or some shit.
Nairobi City will never be ready for me.
Hi guys, and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I hope I'm keeping up with appearances with regards to all the things that I said that I would do at the beginning of the year. I do want to keep shooting and uploading videos for you guys, so let me know what it is you want to talk about, if there's any subjects in particular that would be interesting for you, and I am happy to do some research on it and come back with more informed discussions about that. Today we're doing a Your Questions Answered with yours truly. Some of these questions were asked by fans on email and some of them were given to me in person. I'm just going to try and answer as best as I can to let you know that these are my personal opinions. If there's anything that I can't answer, then I will refer you to a specialist. Our first question for today comes from a lady, and she asks, can you ever replicate your best sex? i.e., my ex was the best sex ever, and my new guy is good, but not as good as the ex. Will I ever be there again? Yo, that's a tough one, but I do understand how you feel. I would say that you have to try and figure out within your relationship where in the hierarchy sex lies. Is sex one of the most important things? Is it the most important thing in your relationship? If that's what you're looking for, then it's important that you figure out how to make your sex better. The good thing about the person that is currently your partner that you're sleeping with is not that great. The good thing about that is that the thing that made sex great for you was your body and how you felt, which means you can replicate that feeling in absolutely any scenario. So try and figure out, without thinking about the person, your ex-boyfriend that was involved in the sexual experience, try and work out what it was that made your body feel good. Was it the physical, or was it like the emotional connection that you had with your ex? So if it was something physical that you like that he did, then, try and tell your partner that this is something that you would like. Say, for example, if it's licking you in a certain place or touching you in a certain way or holding you in a certain position, if that's the thing that turns you on, then I think you should articulate these things with your partner. And you'll find that the more communicative you are with your partner, then the more you'll start to learn new things about your body, and you'll start to experience things that you didn't even know that your partner could do. Whatever it is, just try and figure out what those things are and try to have that experience with your partner. Or you could completely flip the script and try to do something completely new with your partner. Try new things, read more about like different sexual positions or different ways in which you could have sex, and try and see if your partner is open to that. Be more open about the things that you like. Be more open about the things that you'd like to experiment and maybe see. Maybe you would never know. Your partner could really surprise you. If you're in a relationship with a good person, you want to stay in that relationship, then I suggest that you do everything that you can to make that relationship work, because sex can be made. It can be made into a beautiful thing. So just keep your priorities in mind. Just remember what you're there for and if he's worth it. I hope that was helpful. Could you please discuss queer relationships in our society, i.e. acceptance, dynamics? I don't know what else this is written, so I can't read this handwriting. But with regards to queer relationships in our society, we live in Kenya, and I don't know if you know, but it's always a very tricky subject. Homosexual relationships or gay sex is not legal in our society. Homosexual relationships are not as socially acceptable in our community. But who the fuck cares, man? I mean, to be completely honest, you are who you are. You're born the way you're born. If you fall in love with somebody of the same sex, then that's just the way it is. Love wins. Love wins whatever your heart desires. I don't know if I'm gonna get into trouble for this, but love wins. Just do what your heart feels, or where your heart feels right. I know it's not socially acceptable. We live in a country that is so backwards with regards to some of the laws, but I can't sit here and tell you not to do something that your heart desires. As long as it's safe, it's consensual. And if you love somebody, then just be with the person that you love. It's really that simple. I hope that was helpful. Our last question for today. What are the do's and don'ts when it comes to toys, like adding sex toys in a relationship? Jeez, man. Like, guys, I really picked like the questions that are gonna get me arrested or some shit. So, in Kenya, sex toys are illegal, even though I think everybody has sex toys in their house. I would say adding things into your relationship to spice up your relationship is completely fine. It just means that you're open to experimenting, to having new experiences with your partner. I don't see anything wrong with it. Sometimes guys get a little bit insecure about sex toys, maybe feeling that if he's dating a woman that she may be more like excited by the sex toy than she would be by him. And that's a whole different conversation, because if your partner is feeling a little bit insecure about a vibrating plastic toy, then perhaps deeper conversations need to be had. But if you can incorporate toys into your relationship, I say go for it. I think just do everything until you figure out what works for you. I'm not afraid to try anything. I say at least twice. So I hope that information was useful to you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, I'm very interactive on my social media, so please feel free to follow us on @thespreadpod. And if you have any questions you want to email me, please go ahead and do so. And we'll see you next week. Bye.